Houstonians will keep this family in our prayers. I've visited with Mrs. Vargas. They have 3 children. They're devastated, and it shows the dedication and commitment of our first responders.
Right now, we are continuing our coverage after Brazoria County Sheriff's Deputy Jesus Vargas was killed. He's the first deputy from that department to be killed in the line of duty in 13 years. The suspect was killed in a shootout with law enforcement. Now we have team coverage for you this morning to break down exactly what happened.
We start with Jalissa Garzo, where this all happened. And Jalissa, the scene is clear, but walk us through what you're able to see this morning.
Yeah, well, Ron and Steph, it all happened at this shopping center, but the back of the shopping center was closed off this morning. We're able to access it, and we do know that the suspect, the hours-long manhunt ended back here, specifically by a dumpster. Now, this one right here is where we saw from Air 11, where multiple law enforcement authorities were gathered. They were searching for that suspect, Robert Lee Davis, also known as Sean Christopher Davis. You can still see here some of that crime scene tape on the floor. Now, Davis shot the deputy and was found again in one of these dumpsters yesterday. Now we're going to break down for you what happened. It all started at around 11 a.m. when the U.S. Marshals Gulf Coast Violent Offenders Task Force served an arrest warrant at a shopping center off Stella Link, which is near 610, where we're at this morning. Now, law enforcement surrounded a burnt orange truck that the suspect was in. Surveillance video shows Davis, the passenger, jumping out and allegedly shooting Deputy Jesus Vargas, a 17-year veteran. Davis then ran away, and that's what led to the 6-hour manhunt. Witnesses tell KHOU they saw the suspect as he walked in front of their store, but never imagined he was still on the property as officers continued searching the area. Now, video shows the moment officers rushed to the scene once the suspect was located hiding in a dumpster behind the shopping center where we showed you this morning.
This guy had no intentions whatsoever to be taken alive. He proved it by shooting upon our deputies right off. And then once again, as the K-9 went in there, he decided he'd take the dog out and anybody else that came. Fortunately, our deputies were alerted to this and were able to take action.
Now back live out here, another look at the scene. You can see the red tape surrounding the dumpster where we saw from Air 11 authorities gathering around here. Again, yesterday we were not able to even stand here because it was blocked off, but this morning we're able to give you a look at this entire area. There's even more yellow tape back there along with the red tape that is up here. Now, KHOU did obtain some court documents of the suspect's previous criminal charges. Our team will be breaking those down for you throughout the morning. But again, just giving you another look at this area because we were not able to access it yesterday. Only Air 11 could give us a closer look. For now, reporting live this morning, Jalissa Garza, KHOU 11 News.
Yeah, we lost a fantastic. We lost a hero today. That's the message. He did it. Took care of business, trying to catch a bad guy and put him off the street.
That was Houston Police Chief Noe Diaz talking about Deputy Vargas. Vargas's department released a statement saying in part, quote, "He was more than a team member. He was a friend, mentor, and inspiration to everyone who knew him," end quote. And this morning, we are continuing to learn more about the fallen deputy.
Matt Doherty picks up the story from here.
We're in Southwest Houston, where a 17-year Brazoria County Sheriff's Office deputy was shot and killed yesterday morning. Deputy Jesus Vargas was working as a member of the U.S. Marshals Gulf Coast Violent Offenders Task Force when he was gunned down. The deputy and a fellow officer were serving a warrant to wanted felon Robert Davis. Investigators haven't said what exactly happened, but Deputy Vargas was shot in the head. He later died at Bentop Hospital. The deputy leaves behind a wife and 3 young children. Houston Police Chief Noe Diaz says the deputy was, quote, doing the Lord's work, catching the bad guys when he was killed.
Doing the Lord's work. And right now we're taking a live look at the animal hospital where a U.S. Marshals K-9 is being cared for. His name is Rocky, and he was shot during the search for the suspect. Our cameras were rolling when gunfire erupted during that search. Moments after Rocky alerted officials that the suspect was in a dumpster, the K-9 was hit twice and quickly rushed to a helicopter.
It was instrumental to have a component of having airlift to take dogs to service to the closest clinic.
Devon Roming will have an update from the animal hospital in about half an hour.
6:08 now. We've been digging into the suspect's background and found that Robert Lee Davis, also known as Sean Christopher Davis, has a violent criminal history.
Our investigative team found a 1990 weapons charge and arrest for burglary of a motor vehicle. Then in 1991, another charge for evading police. In 1994, an aggravated robbery charge for pointing a gun at a store clerk and demanding money. Then last year, he was charged with aggravated sexual assault, and the victim was a teenage girl. Now we've learned that the warrant that was being served when the shooting happened was for an aggravated assault charge out of Brazoria County.